Hey. I know it's late, y'all. I know it's late. Bear with me. Um, I got some good show information coming to you soon. Why is my page doing that? Okay. So let's see. Let's see. Who do I have in here? Let's see who I have in here right now. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see what my head count looking like. I know it ain't gonna be that many because it's so late at night, but I kind of wanted to talk to the family real quick. Sister E has a Patreon. So who I can get in here, I'm gonna get. If not, guess what? I'll do it again and talk about it again. But I meant to get out here a little bit earlier, but got a little caught up. What's going on? What's going on? Late night convo with Sister E. Late night convo. Come on, I know it's late, people. I know it's late. I know it's late, but I know y'all up. I know y'all up because I know my folk. Trying to figure out why my page is doing what it's doing. I gotta make some changes because it's not supposed to be the screen thing. But hey, let's see. Let's see who I can get in here. Let's see who I can get in here. Come on, get up in here. Come on, come on, come on. Who do I have? Who do I have? Who do I have? All right, family. This is gonna be real quick. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. And I'll put the link out here. Hello, family. It's late at night. I know it. I know it. I know it. Let's see. Who do I have in here? Let's see. Who do I have? I got 7 people. 7 people. So, family, this is going to be quick because sister, you got to go to bed. And I meant to do this earlier. But, and who don't see it tonight, you'll see it tomorrow. I want to kind of update the family on what I got going on. And I'll talk about it tomorrow as well. Y'all pray for me. It's late at night. I've been running all day long. First, let's let that be known. So I should have scheduled this earlier, but I just got home. And I had a great conversation with someone that I'm excited about, that I want to kind of talk to everybody about and let them know. And I need everybody's input on an upcoming show that I'm going to have. Family. Now, let me show y'all first thing what I have for the family to see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get to the page. Hold on. Family, bear with me. Let me see. Preview. Hold on, fam. I'm trying to get to this page. I'm learning how to work this. So, I have a Patreon. Can y'all believe it? In this Patreon, I kind of wanted to have an environment where we can have good dialogue and exclusive conversations. So, let me see. Let me go to my page real quick. I wish I had Teo up here, Yacoba, somebody, because I know they understand. I'm still learning Patreon, so bear with me, family. Here it is. Let's see. Here we go. Let me see. Hold on my page. Maybe this is how view page. Here we go. Y'all know I'm learning this. Okay. So, family, I have a Patreon. And I put the link in here. Hold on, I think I did this right. I wish I had Yacoba up here. Okay, so to help me, because I don't know a whole lot about. I'm still teaching myself about Patreon. I have a Patreon. Let me get back to that. So let me show you my page. I want everybody, if you can. I'm not trying to break the bank. Definitely understand that we are in a time where we have to be mindful. Shalom, King Love. We got to be mindful, of people's finances. But I do want to be able to have the ability to bring good shows to you all. And a part of having these good shows, some guests require some form of a honorarium. And I would do that for certain ones that I know that, you have to bring them on. So one guest that I'm actually working on, family, is Sophia Stewart. And if anybody that doesn't know her, I'll tell you who she is. Hello, Teresa. Sophia Stewart was the original writer of The Matrix. I had a long conversation with her. She wrote the original book, and they took her book and pretty much made a movie out of it. She had a lawsuit going on, and I'm not quite sure if she's won yet, but I haven't asked her that question, but I'm supposed to have a conversation with her this weekend. I plan to have her on with Let's Talk with Sister E. I think this will be great for the family, but I wanted to do this as a part of the Patreon. Now, with the Patreon, these are going to be the rules. Only thing that I will have behind on the Patreon will be exclusive interviews like that. It won't be none of like my late night stuff will still be the same. Certain, debates will still be the same. Conversations, discussions will still be on the YouTube page. With the Patreon, it will be interviews like that. With people like her and the pastor of Thurman, I say his name wrong, that wrote the book Black History in the Bible. Those will be the ones that will be on the Patreon. But everything else will be the same. It will be business as usual. But with those type of interviews, I kind of wanted to make it an exclusive for some of the Patreon members, because again, some of the guests, which is understandable, require honorarium. So I want to make sure that that type of stuff that I put behind the Patreon, and maybe after the interview it'll probably be uploaded a little later. But far as the live interview will be on the Patreon, so it'll probably be available on upload. I'm still contemplating that, but I did want to tell everyone I do have one. So here is the Patreon. Let me see. But again, let me say, still Sister E, Let's Talk will be the same. I will not pull the conversations I have, the things that I do like I normally do, business as usual. The normal content will still be on the YouTube. But like I said, those type of interviews, like with Sophia Stewart, and we'll talk a little bit more about her in a minute. I'm just going to show you the Patreon. Sophia Stewart, Dr. Thuran, he's going to be on. I got a couple other guests that I'm working on. Those will be, like I said, available live on the Patreon. And like later on, I'll probably upload it on YouTube. But to have the live conversation with the people and ask questions and be a little bit more interactive, that will be, like I said, behind the Patreon. So let me show you my page. Let's see. Here is it? I think this is it. Yep. So I provided the link. But this is the Patreon page. So the and I'm still working on the pricing, but one will be the support the show, which will be the $5, and all access Patreon to the live events, live chat, live QA, voting access will be $10 a month. But again, that's for, like I said, exclusive interviews, like those type of interviews. But like I said, my normal shows will be the same. It will still be on the YouTube. It won't change. I may do situations where I'm having certain conversations that I'm trying to just have behind the Patreon to protect the people. I'll probably have them on there. Like when we have those exclusive conversations within the Israelite community, and the saints love to take my stuff and run with it. I'll put that behind the Patreon. Those conversations that we've always wanted to have, but we've kind of like watched what we couldn't have like a conversation because we knew that individuals would take that content and run and try to, plaster it all over the place. So it'll be those types. But again, it's not the show as a whole. Like I said, and the whole thing with the late night conversations, they'll still be the same, won't change. Some interviews will be the same, and it won't change. Even if I have like a major debate, which Saints still like to debate, I will still have. I will probably have those behind the Patreon, but that's not all. It's just certain ones. But those type of events, like I said, with individuals like Sophia Stewart. So let me tell you the backstory of Sophia Stewart if you've never heard of her before. Again, Sophia Stewart was the original writer of the Matrix. She wrote the book. I think it's called Third Eye. And they took that book that she wrote and created the movie Terminator, and the other movie, which is The Matrix. They took her book and made a movie out of it, but she was the original writer, Black lady. And they did it without her knowing. By the time she found out, I think the movie was out. So she ended up suing. She's going back and forth with Wachowski, whatever who they are, brothers. Let me see. She's going, she is fighting it. So came across her, and me and her are kind of cool. I know her. And I reached out to her about a couple of days ago, and she responded here recently and said, yeah, be more than willing to come on the show. So I do want to bring her on because we talk about the Matrix a lot, and we need to be able to see our people who actually created the content that Hollywood has taken and stolen. And like I said, Matrix being one of them. Matrix was a heavy hitter. Now, keep in mind, she only did the first Matrix. She didn't do the rest of them. After that, they created their own content or their own movies after that, which we started going into the sequels. But and I think she has a new book that she's working on that she's coming out with. I think, I'm not quite sure. But again, when you look at the book, it kind of runs parallel with what we got going on now, the awakening. And I think that this would be a great opportunity. So family, I will say this much. I will put a vote out there. And I want everyone to provide their feedback and their vote if they would love to see Sophia Stewart. I think, again, she is an awesome writer. We don't always have to 100% agree with what everybody says, but it's good to have these conversations. But she is an awesome writer. She did one of them. She wrote one of them not four. They took her book and made a major blockbuster movie that people even watch now, The Terminator. Now, keep in mind, The Terminator and Matrix. And if anybody knows anything about The Terminator, they know The Terminator is the prequel to The Matrix. They don't tell you that in Hollywood. But when she wrote it, she said, and you kind of check out some of her older interviews. She was, the Terminator was actually a prequel to The Matrix. And it makes sense. But with that being said, I kind of wanted to bring her on. And I've been contemplating doing it for a while, for a good little minute. But I kind of waited and said, I'm gonna see, how the family would take it. And I think we're adults. We can be able to listen, like I said, listen to other people and some of the stuff that they've done. And like I said, I've been a major follower of her. Have a lot of respect for her. She ain't no joke now. She's straight to the point. She don't pull no punches. She gonna tell you what you think. I've seen some of her interviews and they are hilarious. But the thing is, you gotta understand that, she did it has to be something that, what's so funny is if you look at her story, she said she was in a movie theater like, this is my stuff. And she has proof because the book she currently has out, well, the book is old. I think the book came out like in the 80s. The book came out in the 80s. And well, the book came out before the Terminator, way before the Terminator came out. And they I said light night. Thank you. I'm tired. Pray for me. Pray for me. I just saw that. I'm not slow, y'all. I am sleepy. That's all it is. Yeah, yeah. It is. It is the prequel to The Matrix. So this woman made the way she thinks, I was like, wow. Um, but I'm checking, I'm looking at the comments because I'm trying to make sure I got everybody's attention. They quiet. Hit one if y'all can hear me. But I said light night. Y'all, I'm tired. Pray for me. But I did want to say this to the family. I wanted to kind of bring it out, that this interview. But like I said, she did the book. The book was, like I said, it's called The Third Eye. Now, saints getting their feelings. The third eye. You got if you watch The Matrix and The Terminator, you'll see what she's saying. Um, but I am excited, y'all. I'm excited because, like I said, I am a sci-fi and I love sci-fi movies. Always been like that. Most people don't watch TV, which is fine. To each his own. But I do, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I've been a geek my whole life. Can't help it. And one of the things I do, I like X-Men and Terminator. Terminator. You know what's so funny? The movie Terminator, when I first saw it, it scared the crap out of me. I was a little kid. But I still love the movie. And then when The Matrix came out, I enjoyed the movie The Matrix. And I didn't. And Yakoba just said that he didn't know, but I didn't know until I came across her information and saw her. And she explained that the Terminator and the Matrix are the same thing. It's the prequel to the Matrix. And when you think about it, they're fighting against the machines. And then the Matrix is, once the machines win, this is what happens. So I was like, wow, I didn't think about it. But see, Hollywood has a way of breaking up the story and don't show things. I think those people in general, take stories and break it up and don't see how things are connected. But they're doing it just to make money. But if you, like I said, if you look at the whole story holistically, you will see that, wow, but I will say, support her. And I'm gonna have, like I said, information out on her once I can get everything finalized. We're still working on it. Now I hadn't planned a date yet. We're just still talking through bringing her on, what date is good, getting the monies together to be able to get her on, and ensure that she has everything she needs to be on the show. Because again, she's I consider her to be one of our authors for our communities. And she wrote such a good book that Hollywood took it and stole it and ran with it. But again, her name is Sophia Stewart, and we got to show her love, because Hollywood didn't. They took her stuff and, I mean, ran with it. So again, me and her are still talking back and forth. I should know if I do it, it will be probably around the end of October, because I want to give myself enough time to get, people on the Patreon. And I may do a special even with that. I'm still thinking through how I'm gonna do that. I may do even an exclusive special to get people, access to be able to hear it. But I want to make sure that I can give her, like I said, what's needed to get her on, and ensure, like I said, she has everything she needs to be on the show. And she, like I said, she's excited about it. Like I said, I had a couple conversations with her. She's not a couple. I've talked to her over Facebook, but I'm gonna have a verbal meeting with her here soon. It's probably gonna be this. It's gonna be this week, hopefully tomorrow. And sit down and talk to her about the semantics. And I'll go ahead and pay for it early out of my pocket, which is not an issue. To ensure that get her here, because again, Hollywood did her dirty. Hollywood did her so dirty that if you look at the money that was made and what's still being made on The Matrix, they took this Black woman's work, and I mean, they so we gotta bless her. This is one of our people. This is one of our own. So family, we gotta bless her and bring her on and reintroduce her to our community. Because again, I bet you, how many in here have seen Hit One? No, Hit Two. If you've seen Terminator, Hit One if you've seen the Terminator, Hit Two if you've seen the Matrix, and Hit Three if you've seen both. I'm gonna start it. I haven't seen both. Hit Three if you've seen both. Two if you've seen the Matrix. One if you've seen the Terminator. Like I said, if you think about it, the Terminator alone made a lot of money. And then, like I said, the Matrix itself is still making money. And this lady is considered to be actually a genius. They certify her as being a genius. She says she's been doing folks' taxes since she was a little girl. So, family, if we bring her on, we gotta support her. Again, she's one of our own. She did a great body of work that Hollywood stole it, made money, and I think she's still fighting it. But I do want to bring her on because, again, she's ours. She's our people, and she did, like I said, a great body of work that was stolen by those individuals, and they're still fighting her. I think they're still fighting. She hasn't gotten. I don't think she's totally won the lawsuit. I think it's still in. It's still being. I think it's still being reviewed by the court system. So, like I said, it'll be the end of October because I want to get myself together. I want to be able to build that, the Patreon up. I put the link in there for the people who want to join. And I will have I'll see if we can have an after show. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would say I'm unorganized. Look, I'm the type of person. I don't have I'm not one of those that say I'm gonna do a list of shows. I'm kind of those that say I can do 2 or 3 shows a week. And if I need help, I'll let everybody know. But again, I just wanted to see if I want to see if everybody is good and they can be able to, like I said, join the Patreon and get everything up and going because, like I said, she is one of our own. She, again, created so much wonderful work that our kids are watching it right now that we need to support her. So, like I said, I put the link in there for the Patreon. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But again, like I said, let's just, like I said, give her support. And I am going to start, like I said, being, make sure I have a lot more content out there. But again, I try to do, like I said, 2 or 3 things a week. And trying to, like I said, juggle and make sure I have information out there and communicate with the family a lot more. But again, this Patreon will be something, like I said, we'll have exclusive interviews. So I hope everybody enjoys it. I'll be doing something tomorrow as well, but that'll be on my YouTube. We'll finish up the last segment of feast days and Sabbaths on tomorrow with the panel guest, and then after that, I'll be working on other things so that again I'll have a good balance between my YouTube and the Patreon. So but keep me in your prayers, family. Like I say, hit that like button. pass the word. Anybody, like I said, anyone wants to join, they're more than welcome to join the Patreon. Again, I'll make sure and have things out there that's exclusive that, you don't, I'm not one, at first I wasn't too quick to do the Patreon, but again, I see how that can be good. Cause like I said, some things we would have to do. I would have to make sure that I have, the financial, um, monies to give to the individuals, and there's so much you can do out your pocket. But if anything, it'll go right back into the ministry or back to the community. um Anything I get from YouTube is pretty much going back into Let's Talk with Sister E for you all. So if you have any questions, like I said, email me, message me. um but I just want to kind of let everybody know, be ready, because like I said, this will be a great conversation. God bless you, and I'm getting sleepy. But like I said, tomorrow I'll be ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be good. It'll be very interesting. I'm closing up that last little piece of conversation with the guys, and then I'll lead on to some other stuff, segue into other conversations. So but God bless and good night.